I felt like something had to give.
Did you take them all out of your basket?
They confirmed that she does have an allergy to those two things. Success! So let's do some digging.
Got a little feast going on here. I have here some toast with chia jam, some eggs, avocado, and strawberries that I laid out very fancily. And Sadie's got a little bit of yogurt, some chia jam, and some avocado. Yes, I know, you're so excited. This chicken verde from Danielle Walker's Ansel Green Meals Made Simple. I love this cookbook, and so I'm gonna be making this tonight. It goes in the slow cooker. It sounds so good. It's made with a tomatillo salsa, which you can do homemade. She has a recipe for it, but I just bought this one here from the store. But it's got lots of yummy seasonings. We've got cumin, coriander. So I'm just gonna season the chicken and then pop it in the slow cooker with that salsa. It cooks on low for 8 hours. And what else? And then I'm gonna head out to the garden center once this is on, because I wanna go grab a few plants for the garden. What are you doing, Sadie? What are you doing over there? Hi. What's happening over here? Are you playing with your toys? Did you take them all out of your basket? Eh? Did you take them all out? What's this? What's this ball? What's this ball? Hey Sadie, where are we going? Are we gonna go to the plant nursery?
Okay. Oh, this is pretty.
Please proceed to the highlighted route, then the route guidance will start.
Got my euonymus. Very, very like common shrub, but I really quite like them. And I wanted one for the front of our house. And when I checked out, the lady said that there's a 1-year warranty. So if I plant it and it just like dies within a year, I can take it back and get store credit. I could spend all day in a garden center, honestly. They had so many plants, so many shrubs, so many flowers.
I've been loving these fresh smoothies lately with like lots of cucumber and celery and spinach and that kind of thing. This has pineapple in it too. Check out my new gardening clogs. I'm just loving these. They're just Crocs, nothing special, but I really wanted a pair of
slip-on shoes that I can use in the garden that can get kind of dirty but can be wipeable and like waterproof and breathable and all that, and they're nice and lightweight, so they're great for being out in the garden. I used to think that Crocs were like a pretty ugly shoe, and I feel like they kind of are, but I also kind of love it at the same time. Alrighty, so this is the Euonymus that I bought, and I want to put it right here so that it could kind of fill in where we have this brick here, and possibly grow up it a little bit. I think it does have a bit of viney tendencies. Fill in the space a little bit. So let's do some digging. There she is. I wasn't able to dig the deepest hole for it, but hopefully it'll be okay. I just have to take this tag off. Got my hair cut on the weekend, and I asked for some layers and some nice little curtain bangs. She did a really nice job. She also did a nice blowout at the end, which I always like when they do that, because I can never achieve a really nice blow dry at home in the way that they can do them at the salon. I just really needed a haircut. The last couple times that I got my haircut, I did it myself, and which I don't mind doing, but it's usually pretty uneven when I do it. So I felt like it was time to go to the actual hairdressers. It is my tea time right now. Sadie is down for her second nap of the day. This is just an orange pico tea with some oat milk. Just delicious. But I wanted to chat for a moment about Instagram. If you follow me on there, you would know that I've taken a bit of time off from there. It's been about, I guess, 5 weeks or so. And I wanted to take maybe a month off, maybe longer. I was feeling like I just needed some space from the platform for like so many different reasons, honestly. So Sadie, my daughter, was born in November of 2022. She's almost 7 months old, and of course, being a new mom meant that I had so much less time to focus on creating content and everything with my work and my business. I knew I would take some sort of maternity leave or have to slow things down, understandably, because my daughter is a priority, particularly while she's still so little. Of course, as she gets a little bit bigger, there will be a bit more wiggle room with me having a bit more time. But anyway, basically, I think I just was feeling like I was trying to do it all and was feeling a bit stretched too thin with trying to do all the things and keep up with all the things, and especially as a content creator, feeling like I just trying to keep up with creating content and being on in all the places and just being on, and it just reached a point where I felt like something had to give. It's been a really great experiment to kind of take a step back and just not be on there, because the thing is that, I'm gonna put that down for a second. The thing is that when you are a content creator, specifically with Instagram, everything that you do day to day becomes like content to create, right? If you're doing something, oh, that's a picture I could take, or that's something I could film, or something I could share, or something I do, and everything that you are doing day to day just feels like, how can I turn this into content? It has been so nice to just like not have to do that and to just like live my life for myself and not feel like I need to whip my phone out at any moment to share something. But aside from that, because that can just be like, I mean, firstly, so time consuming, but it can be such an energy suck as well, like mental energy. But then on top of that, it is such a place for comparison, and I've felt like that for so long. And like, not just Instagram, really like anywhere on social media we can feel like that, but especially on Instagram, it is such a heavily curated space. I certainly spent many a time, many an hour, just like editing photos, editing captions to be up to my perfectionist standards, and it's really just a place that you can easily compare yourself to other people. And I think that's another thing that I needed a break from, was just to like not be so bombarded by just like everyone's perfectly curated highlight reel, basically. And I just needed like a moment to take a step back and just focus on my own life. Instagram has also, for a very long time, been a big source of anxiety for me. Just because it's like, even though I want to be myself on there, it's so easy to just, you don't maybe want negative feedback, you want to be liked. So it's easy to like put up this like guard a little bit and feel like, is what I'm saying gonna be well received? Or maybe I should say this or edit this, or like, you just like, I don't know. It's kind of a weird experience putting yourself out there in front of, you know, thousands of people. I'm sure many other creators feel the same, but as someone who, like, I've struggled with anxiety my entire life, I feel like I'm just more prone, I guess, to really overthinking things. So yeah, slowing things down in my business has been kind of necessary for me, honestly. I think most people would understand that when you have like a baby, caring for a baby is in itself a full-time job, and so something has had to give, and so I've had to slow things down. All I know is that I have to find a way to, because I do want to come back to Instagram. I never wanted to like permanently stop using it, but I know that moving forward using it, I've just been trying to brainstorm ways that I can have a better balance with it, where it doesn't like suck me in such a way where I'm feeling that level of anxiety or that pressure to like post, as well as just being more intentional with the accounts that I follow, which for the most part I always have been. And from time to time I do like little clear outs of accounts that I don't feel like I resonate with anymore, because I think it's important to kind of create a social media environment, let's say, where when you are using it, there's more positivity involved in like how you feel versus like seeing things being bombarded by posts that maybe don't make you feel great. The baby has woken up, so I'm gonna leave it at that. That's all I wanted to say, was just a little bit about my Instagram break, and I do think I will be back on there soon. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe this week. We shall see. Okay, I gotta go get her. It's so cool. In it goes, in it goes. We just opened up one of our new Love Every kits. This is the Inspector play kit. It came with a bunch of fun stuff like this little basket. Hey? Little treasure basket. Things in it. She loves like baskets, putting things in baskets, and she pulls them out. And this thing she thinks is pretty cool too. Eh? Love Every is a subscription service for different kinds of toys for babies and toddlers that are designed by experts. They're Montessori inspired. They have some really nice kits. We have a bunch of them now. They're not paying me to say this, but they did send me a couple of our most recent kits. And I always love the items. It's just like such cute little, she likes this one, this little cup. Hey! Oh my gosh, so exciting. She loves drinking from cups. Like if you give her like even like an adult sized glass, she thinks it's so fun. They ship every couple of months. You get a few new things. All their toys are designed for like encouraging healthy brain development. Like this one here is for object permanence. But yeah, I'll leave a link below if you guys want to check out Love Every if you've got little ones too. Little snack time for Sadie. I've got some carrot applesauce that I made that I had frozen, I just thawed, and a little chunk of bell pepper. There you go. Bell pepper. She loves chunks of bell pepper. And cucumber. We do a little bit of like baby-led weaning style with like whole, like whole cut pieces of food, but also purees as well, and just let her spoon feed herself. Here you go, here's your spoon. She really likes this. It's basically just like I steam apples and carrots and then I blend it And then I freezed a bunch in a few little like square, kind of like ice cube tray molds, but it's like silicone. So I made that and it lasts a while. I can just thaw it out as needed. We've tried almost all of the top allergens, like dairy and soy and wheat, and we did shellfish yesterday, didn't we? Unfortunately though, she is allergic to peanuts and also eggs. So it's a big bummer. When we gave those to her for the first time, she reacted with hives all over her face. So we ended up seeing an allergist. We ended up seeing a pediatric allergist who did skin prick testing on her, and she reacted again. They confirmed that she does have an allergy to those two things. So she has about an 80% chance of outgrowing the egg allergy. I'm pretty sure she will. That one's fairly common, but only a 20% chance of outgrowing the peanut allergy. So not as likely that she'll outgrow that one. It's possible. She has an EpiPen now though. Right? An EpiPen now. You're an EpiPen baby. Hopefully we will never have to use it, but that is... Oh, that's where we're at on that. We haven't done tree nuts yet though. We will try, probably do some almond butter maybe next weekend or something. So that's where we're at, but she's a pretty good eater. She seems to be liking lots of different foods. Dinner was absolutely delicious. I highly recommend that recipe from Danielle Walker's cookbook, Meals Made Simple. So good. It was the chicken verde. Oh my gosh, the chicken was so nicely slow cooked and the salsa was so good. And I made a coconut rice with, I just make it with a little bit of coconut milk, cilantro on top. We did a nice green salad. It was really good. I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you so much for watching and for tagging along with me today. It was a very nice day today. The weather's been nice. We've got lots of sunshine in the forecast for the next while. We are going to go water the garden, water the front lawn, and probably go for an evening walk as well. And I'm gonna end that here. Thanks so much for watching. See y'all later.